I don't want to waste your time, so there won't be an intro. With Oregon being introduced to the Pro League map pool, I thought it would be interesting to take a first look at how the map plays out. If you're watching this video within the first few hours of it being released, then you can see me streaming live on Twitch right now. Link is in the description. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So as I suspected yesterday, basement certainly seems to be better than top floor objective. This makes a lot of sense. And let's see what they're playing. At the moment, everyone is on the bottom floor, which kind of suggests like a turtle kind of hold. But they're not extending into blue bunker, right? Like that's something we talked about yesterday. That I can see that as a possibility with like shields, you extend into a bunker. But they are extending into the freezer area. Okay, so now I want to see where their roamers are playing. They've got a rotation hold in attic to big tower. But it doesn't seem like a roam heavy hold at the moment. And yeah, I guess like one problem is that I don't know these teams. Like I don't know if this is a well thought out strategy or if this is just rank 2.0. Okay, and in terms of attack, they're kind of clearing. Oh, actually, I like that a lot, by the way. Starting on like playing on staircase is always really good at the start of the game. Just to shoot a drone and then fall back afterwards. Basically, never get punished for that. But this kind of looks like a big tower take, right? But they're also taking kitchen at the same time. Maybe to get proper meeting control. No, that's kind of bad that they weren't able to trade this. And they're playing full turtle, right? Like they are playing shotgun mute on freezer stairs. But apart from that, they're playing pretty much full turtle. Okay, interesting. And Movistar is not running any kind of smokes. Because something that we talked about yesterday is that it's kind of difficult to plant here if you don't have any smokes. But obviously that doesn't really matter if they just gotta get a lot of kills, right? Okay, so this makes sense. This is kind of similar to what I was proposing, right? Like you take big tower control, take a bit of meeting control, kind of technically don't need that. But then you rotate towards bunker. And you open this wall that Maverick is in front of right now. Alright, you take meeting so you can destroy the mute jammer. And then you can open the wall. And now I figured that after you destroy this wall, you would also get pillar area for free. But I guess that's technically not correct because of the Goyo shield. But I'd imagine he falls back, yeah. Okay, he falls back. So I think that's true. Like if you breach this wall, if you breach this, you get pillars control for free, even though there's a shield. So this was my plan too, right? Like we breach this, I guess having Maverick holes in it is fine too. And then what I was proposing was we smoke off freezer and then we plant like here or in the doorway. But obviously they don't have smokes. So I think freezer is like a very influential position at the moment here. Okay, timing wise, this I got enough time, I think. Because like this is a plant position, right? Like it's difficult to go for fights here. I think you wanna go for a plant here. But you're really worried about freezer right now. I don't think you play it that aggressively, by the way. Yeah, I think you'd much rather play this Hesfang. Okay, they're going for frags. No info? Apparently you can go for frags. Yeah, see, but like there was not really a way of planting here, right? Like kind of got shot down from freezer too. Interesting. Let me go back a second and see the actual push again. Because I feel like what's kind of lacking here is info. feel like the defenders don't really have enough info here. Like you want to probably have a bulletproof cam at the end of that hallway. Like at the end, like here, a bulletproof cam maybe? Or maybe a shield here? Basically, yeah, I'm not sure if this is a strategy. But you can see that right in just a minute, like I'm assuming that Hibana was trying to plant here, right? Like, but she was smoked off and there's this freezer angle. Okay, so I think we kinda got the theory part somewhat right yesterday. At least judging off of that round. You know it's not ranked since they bring Goyo? True. Oh yeah, that's a different scythe. Which side do you think is better, kitchen meeting or kitchen dining? Not sure yet. I don't know. Can you give me the link of the VOD you're watching? Yes, I can. That psycho run was Monka, yeah. But I guess they needed it, right? Like, it was kind of good. If they just need to do something to break the site open in that case. Like smokes would have like delivered the same effect, but obviously they didn't have any smokes. Is this match on YouTube? Yeah, this match is on YouTube. I just sent the link and I will upload this analysis eventually, probably, maybe. What do you think about the attackers choosing their ops after the prep phase? I think that's a really interesting concept. But I gotta be quite honest, I'm not aware of the implications of it yet, so I don't want to say anything. But it's certainly like that concept gets kind of easily ridiculed, I feel like, but it certainly deserves deeper thought, deeper analysis, I think. Okay, what is he using? I'm using Epic Pen to draw on the screen. Okay, so what we said about this defense is this will be reinforced, but there will be a hole here. This will be reinforced, but there will be a hole here. That's was kind of my prediction at the start. And then obviously attic reinforced, this reinforced, then a rotation hole between white and I think this is called games now. Yeah, and then this reinforced with a rotation hole here. So Giants seem to share my assumptions. Yeah, imagine if attack had 6 pick and prep phase instead. That's a more tame version of allowing the attackers to choose their entire lineup after the prep phase. Oh yeah, this is nice. I'm using Nagoyo shield to like abuse this this safe spot in that corner. Nice spawn kill. Oh, there's a hatch in Armory now. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so let's see what Movie Star is trying to do here. Looks like a master tag at the moment. I think what was the thing I was worried about master take only is that again you can't plant without smokes. No smokes again. And it's a bit weird that you don't have attic control. But for the time being they need to clear this guy out of Armory. They probably should have spotted him by now, and then you just need to repel, I guess. I'd assume that's enough. That was enough on the old Oregon at least. Just repel and then force him out that way. Maybe nade below. Where did that fly from? Okay, nice. Maybe I kind of undervalued this room. Maybe it's actually possible to play here for a bit longer. I felt like this was just a position that you play to shoot a drone and then you fall back. I think Movistar is really suffering from the fact that they're not playing in... They can't like get this guy out of Armory. I think if Jaeger is not playing in Armory, I think Mute has to go as well. Yeah, this is Spain Nationals. And Giants currently have 2 teams, one in APAC and this one in EU. Okay, so now they're kind of, it seems like they're kind of switched for a big tower take. And that was also one of the things we talked about yesterday, right? Like where you play a split take. You take both big tower and you take master. You breach the gaming wall, you breach attic wall, and then you have a lot of flexibility of where you want to plant. But obviously you still need to get the guy out of Armory. Okay, looks like playing in Armory is got a bit better because Armory is bigger and there's like more room to move around. Looks like you can't really get him out just by repelling. Need to like nade from below, buck from below. Okay, and yeah, that's also consistent with what we talked about. You can't play inside this lower attic area once attic is open. Really hinges on the fact that Jaeger is still in Armory. Ooh, did they forget? That's not good. Because I don't think you can play like a pure big tower take. Ooh, he actually played that angle where you can boost up. Yeah, but you can see like they're having a lot of problems with the Armory player. And now, actually, like perfect role reversal. Defenders are attacking, attackers are defending. Okay, but I felt like that Jaeger could have had more influence here. I don't think this looked well. I don't think this looked good for Movistar at all, to be honest. What are your thoughts on rushing? I don't think it was intended by Yubi, but I personally hate it. It's certainly kind of boring. Like, I feel like there's generally don't like things that don't involve a lot of strategy. But you know, it's in a game, and you need to play it, right? Like you need to. It's not bad. It's not bad to rush from time to time. Like on the contrary, it's kind of sometimes smart to rush, right? If you have a proper drone placement, see that people are taking a lot of time to set up, it's just the optimal decision to rush. The Armory guy is a problem. It's quite a problem. Yeah, I agree. Buck from below. I'm actually kind of surprised that they are playing Buck. It looks like, cause like currently, okay, they're playing Buck and Sledge, but like, what are you really playing Buck for if not for opening the floor below the defenders, right? It's not really a point in bringing Buck, I think. Better off bringing Ash, I guess, if you're like currently he's playing Buck for the gun, I guess. Then you might as well bring Ash. I feel like basement is one of the strongest sides in the game. Like it must have 90% win rate. Certainly seems to be the strongest side in the game. But 90% is a lot, like it's a lot. Like the best side on Clubhouse has like what, 60? 65 maybe? Hey Ringer. Okay, so let's see how this looks, how this differs from the previous round. Okay, it looks like they're playing both like a split take again, where they try to take Master and Big Tower. But looks like Jaeger is playing Armory again. So I'd like to see Buck below, or nades below, or nades on the window in general. And it's kind of interesting, right? Because like one of the, like, I like this kind of take, where you take Big Tower and Master. But one of the concerns in chat was that you maybe don't have enough time or utility to clear both, really. And this is a good test of it, I think. Nice observing, by the way. I don't care what happens in basement. Okay. Maverick trick, big tower control. Pretty early into the round, right? And now you need to rotate over to Armory. And I think that's feasible. I don't think you're running out of time here. But you actually need to rotate now. Obviously if you don't do anything here, you will eventually run out of time. Because like the 3 players on the other side of the map haven't made anything happen yet, right? Jaeger's still in Armory. And the window behind him isn't even open. Oh, okay, it is. But he's just not afraid because he doesn't hear a repel sound. And I feel like he can carry. Ooh. How did that work? Vasily? Who's that? Velk? Was that pre-placed? Yeah, C4 was pre-placed. Oh, that's actually crazy. Pre-placed C4 below attic, and then a Velk cam in attic probably. Makes a lot of sense. Thatcher banned, right? People don't Thatcher that. People don't EMP attic wall, so that C4 doesn't get destroyed. Ooh, that was close, dude. Okay, yeah, that C4 certainly carried it around. But I feel like, again, they're not putting enough emphasis on clearing out that Jaeger and Armory. Like, even if they got into attic, they still didn't have Armory control. You look like my AP calculus teacher, and he's baller as hell. I wonder if that means that I'm looking old. Or how old is your AP calculus teacher? I saw 2 attack wins on 3 matches. Oh, okay. Do you think for a basement hold it's better to hold freezer or reinforce it off? Probably hold freezer. I think that's the play. You sure this isn't ranked? Jaeger stacking every ADS on himself seems familiar. I can see that, but it's also, I think it can very well be part of the strategy, right? Like, I think holding the Armory in that case is very relevant. I think it makes sense to stack ADS for Jaeger. I'm not sure if that C4 is good in rank too, right? Because in rank people are going to play Thatcher, and then they are going to EMP the wall. I think this only works with Thatcher band. Why do you think Smoke is brought so much over other ops? I think, yeah, like you said, it comes down to a lot of things. Like his ability alone isn't even that strong at the moment. I think. I feel like both Mozzie, Mute, Jaeger, Wamai, like all of those are kind of have better utility than Smoke. But you need a shotgun. You need a shotgun, and especially since Mozzie lost his, and you need a shotgun, but you also need a good secondary, right? And Smoke is one of the ops that really fits that bill. Okay, so last time we saw, actually no, we're going to see it again. I'm assuming this is Turtle again? Yeah, all 5 playing below. That's probably not, I think that's not the way to play it. I'm pretty sure you want to play at least like two people meeting, and then they can still fall back, right? Like they can just, you can play it a bit like SSG style, where you start roaming on the map and then you continuously fall back, shoot drones, fall back. It's not that relevant that this hedge is closed, right? Like that's not going to put a wrench into anyone's plans here. Are they clearing the entire map? Because if so, that's not a very safe way of doing it, right? Like if there is like some lone roamer on top floor, which there isn't, but they don't know that. That doesn't seem like an effective way to clear the entire map. But they don't get punished because all of them are playing below. Yep, SSG size strategy. Probably typed that out right as I was talking about it. Yeah, I think that's basement seems to be suited for that. Right, like if you think about it, I guess it's not as easy. Like this is bar, and then top floor is like what? This is like cash, and this is like master, and then you You fall back. You drop this hatch. You drop attic hatch, and then you drop back to site. You have this castled off and this castled off. Seems kind of suited for that kind of SSC cell roam. You mean you don't just crouch walk and face check every corner? No, I don't. But I'm not a pro, so maybe I'm missing something. And it kind of took them a long time to do it, right? Like I think if there's no one roaming, it should be a bit faster than 2 minutes. Okay, so now you destroy the mute jammer. Okay, mute jammer already gone. And now you get... Oh. And then the way to get this wall open is you like get into electric, you nade over here. Or you use Maverick, I guess. But then it's like, then we have the freezer issue again, right? Well, I guess since they got full top floor control, they can win the round off of kills here, if they wanted to. At the moment, it looks a bit like Bank, where you take full map control and then you push from every side, right? Like you push garage, you push main stage, you push server on Bank. It kind of this setup reminds me a bit of that. Ooh, but I don't know, like they just let Jaeger walk back up, even though they had full map control at some point. Not sure if they themselves really like know what they're doing. Or like think about the implications of what they're doing, right? Like there's really no point in taking entire map control if you then just give it up and don't hold flanks. And then you're kind of running out of time, right? And yep, you lose because you get flanked. And because you can't make anything happen once you have map control. I'm certainly missing smokes, although I suppose getting smokes into here is kind of difficult with 2 magnets, 2 ADS. Yeah, probably went up freezer stairs. The only problem with SSG set of roaming in blue, of roaming is blue. I just feel like you could come onto site super quickly. I think that's still very comparable to Clubhouse, right? Like rushing blue on Clubhouse is also a pretty fast way of getting into the site. I don't feel this disqualifies the take. Do magnets or ADS get burned first? I don't actually know. Would be kind of interesting to find out. I think it's Maverick. I think it's Warmice magnets that get burned first. But I'm not sure about that. And or obviously whatever is closest, but there are situations where both are equally close. Probably a lot of them actually. Okay, so this is meeting. I basically haven't really thought about meeting at all. But yeah, I guess you definitely extend into showers, right? Like it's a no-brainer. And you probably no, you don't extend into meeting, but you do extend into top floor. Yeah, that makes more sense. Kind of similar to how you used to play on the old Oregon. It is range dependent on according to Chaos. Okay, makes sense then. He's pretty reliable in that regard, I think. No, you can't sub at the moment, but I will get affiliate status eventually, probably this or next week, and then you can sub. For laundry attacks, you can hug the right wall if you have cleared out the closet, which is very achievable. If you have Capitao or nades. Yeah, I definitely like Capitao. hug the right wall. Okay, so this is top floor roam, 2 above, 3 below. Okay. And this is big tower meeting take. Okay, yeah, you definitely need to breach meeting wall then. How do you protect your flanks? With drones in basement, I suppose. Okay. Can the players above play holes in the floor to deny plants in the kitchen? Where's the plant spot here? Maybe... no, you can't plant in this doorway. Defenders should be able to play like long angles onto this, right? Is there a box here? Can you plant behind this box maybe? Because there's no door here anymore. This is something you'd need to worry about though. Like the more I see about Oregon, the more I like smokes, to be honest. But I guess this is a site where you can also go for kills here, right? If you just walk into kitchen, I think this is a site that you can win through kills. Okay, so apparently you can plant behind that box. That's pretty strong then. Yeah, you plant here. This looks like default. What do you do to get the guy out of server? This is not a suitable angle. And pushing here is kind of weird, right? Like you see, everyone has an angle on that hallway. And they certainly understand what's going on here, right? Like this seems to be the most influential room on that side. And obviously you need to protect the smoke playing in there, which both Mute and Maestro are doing at the moment. And go above, yeah, but there's still 2 roamers playing above. Okay, I guess if you win the gunfight, you can plant kitchen door. But then you're reliant on winning the gunfight. But like I said, this is like, yeah, makes sense. Like, this is probably a site where you can win via gunfights. Because it's pretty big, right? Like, that Kate that was supposed to cover the Hibana plant, like he lost a gunfight, and then they didn't have anyone who could fill his position within the next 2 seconds. And so they were allowed to plant, because the site is pretty big. Are they changing the map pool to minus border plus Oregon? Yes. Oh yeah, the security guy can drop down and rotate. That's also pretty strong, probably late game. Thoughts on the appropriate setups to use barricades? I feel it creates a level of safety for attackers far greater than defenders. Depends, right? I think I think barricades are like the best thing against crouch walking opponents, right? Like on Villa, on the consulate, lobby defense. Like you really benefit a lot from barricading off. And like, I'm pretty sure you're not talking about ranked, right? In ranked, I like seeing the barricades as an attacker, right? Like I feel like you never barricade anything off in ranked. I feel like it's kind of weird. But in comp, I can see it both ways. I feel like if you really think about what you're barricading off, right, then it makes a lot of sense. When does the map pool change for Pro League? Whenever Pro League starts again. I think it's the 22nd of June. Hey Reaper, how are you? I'm doing great. How are you doing, Chipfrog? Is a small tower take, smoke and plant not a thing? Not quite sure. I'm not really know about the I don't even know about the layout on the walls in small tower yet, to be perfectly honest. But I can see small tower take. Kind of makes sense alongside the other one. Are you still working in Pro League? No, not at the moment. didn't know you streamed. I started last week. So I'm not streaming for too long, to be honest. Will you have my kids? No. What do you think about Monty on this map? I think Monty is universally strong. I think Monty is strong on every single map at the moment. And I'd assume that Oregon is not an exception. Are you planning to go back to PL? Eventually, maybe. Not within the next 2 or 3 months, though. Okay, so let's see if that Armory situation is the same as before. Jaeger playing an Armory. Okay, probably has ADS stacked again. And Buck is in position to buck him out, so they might actually change something here. Where was that? Run out? Or him just walking into the map, I guess. Maybe they had a pre-placed drone in an interesting spot that allowed them to get that kill. Okay, this looks like master only, or like at least not big tower anymore. Like master big window. Clearing utility Goyo shields, okay. And this is kind of strong, right? Like Sledge's position, right? Like he's ready to walk up white stairs in like late game situations, and that's how they're going to. That's how they can always like get a free kill here. Yeah, like it's actually a pretty big buff that Armory is so big now, because that Jaeger has like so much space to walk around now. Like in the past he was really constrained in there. Like he was able to get naded from basically every position. I feel like now he has more space. Actually, does he have more space? Kind of looked like there was more space, but now I'm not actually quite sure. Okay, I really like those nades. I think like those nades are really good, right? Because you can, like this is the corner, like this is the safe corner in big window room. But I think they're going to struggle again here because they didn't clear out Jaeger. Like that position, or like, yeah, since I have now control of this, can carry the game here still. But they're losing control of sight. I feel like Mute or Jaeger should have been able to focus on white stairs. Now is a bit too late, but I don't think they should have been allowed to walk up white here. Obviously not quite sure how they even got the other kills. Yeah, right, like I feel like, right? Like we had like Mute here and Jaeger here, but they allowed them to walk up white. Probably shouldn't have happened. There's literally nothing I like seeing more than Pengu pick Monty. Yeah, I can see that. I like seeing Monty. But I wouldn't like seeing Monty become meta. I don't think that would be a lot of fun. What do you think is the best way to defend kitchen dining? Not sure yet. I don't know. What is the best site? Basement, probably. Have a good stream. Thanks, man. How do you think that the Pro League map pool will change? Well, it already did change. Oregon was put in and border was removed. But further than that, I don't have any. I'd kind of like to see border and bank in to make it a 9 map pool, I think. But I don't really have like any pressing concerns in terms of map pool. Maybe they had drones, so they didn't need to watch white with the player. I was talking about the defense. Defense should have held an angle on white to prevent them from walking up white. Are there counters to a well-executed Monty push except smoke? Not that many. Not that many, honestly. Like, Montagna is very undervalued at the moment. Yeah, no, I didn't mean post-plant, I mean pre-plant. Do you think Outback would be a good PL map? I haven't really played a lot of ranked, so, but judging by the stories I hear about Outback, probably not. It's probably way too defender-sided. Okay, so side switch, so now we're going to see some more different strategies. It looks like they are really hunkering down here. Alright, like, when I was thinking about it, I kind of felt like this wasn't possible. Felt like this was just a buffer room that you weren't really able to play in. And my prediction would be that this guy dies as soon as the attackers have armory control. I feel like if you are playing like this, you also want to contest armory. Please, no Outback. Yeah, I mean, like, don't think there's another map that gets as much flame as Outback gets at the moment. Okay, so this looks again like a big tower master split, right? Certainly big tower tech. And kind of looks like a master split too. Not sure why they're doing it the long way. Ah, I guess it's just that. I guess it's just you want like a line at the bottom to hold it from here, and then a rotational at where the cover is. Don't think that's too necessary, to be honest, but I don't think like defenders will ever jump up on this platform. Okay, so let's see how this is going to play out, because this is really interesting. I think this wooden fool. Unlucky. Who was that? Mute. Like he's really boxed in, right? Like it's probably not a lot of fun to play here right now. They dealt with it really well though. I feel like a bunch of other teams would have wasted a bit more time and utility here. So I wouldn't call this conclusive evidence yet that you can't play in there, because that was really well cleared. But that's kind of the thing, right? Like you can't move, and then you always feel like you need to peek now to at least have a chance of trading. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that you want to play in there. But doesn't matter since Jaeger wins the round on his own in Big Tower. Yeah, like that. If you didn't catch it, that Jaeger like flanked up pretty early into the round. Oh wait, was that the 7-1? Oh, I thought the... Wait, what's the score here? Do they have like intermission breaks? It's not over, right? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that room would be way better without the armchair. He can't move at all. I feel like that happens a lot on a lot of the maps where there's like some weird random props. That kind of, and you can't like fully back into a corner, and this makes it kind of weird to play in that room. Happens a lot on Villa, I think. Do you think it would add to the PL viewing experience if we got to hear team comms sometimes? Not at all times, just when the casters don't have anything to talk about. It certainly would add a lot to the viewing experience, but let's just say the pro teams wouldn't be very happy about it, and it wouldn't be safe for kids if you were to listen in on pro comms. I'm not very good and I don't play ranked often, but I personally really enjoy Outback. Me and my friends win on offense often, and I think it's not too defensive sided. Yeah, that's probably due to the fact that you're not playing a lot of ranked though, to be honest. Like, I can see that if you're just playing casually, right, Outback can probably be fun. But judging from like high elo games in ranked, Outback is very, very, very defender-sided, and that makes it not a lot of fun. Is this still not? Is this like some kind of viewer interaction thing or what? I'll spam Narcon in the chat. NACon? Gotcha. Oh, just real quick, can you check in my stream if you can adjust the quality to whatever you want? Because if you can, then I can definitely stream in 1080p. Because if you can do it now, okay, good. Okay, like it was the same for the last 4 days. I just needed to make sure that this option is always enabled. Because I heard it wasn't. But yeah, like I can next stream will be in 1080p too. Okay, is this Turtle too? Based on the operators, it looks a lot of like Turtle. Yeah, 5 people playing side again. Oh, but now they actually extend into bunker. And I felt like it was pretty like based on, in theory, I think it's very difficult to clear this, but I'm kind of surprised that they're not playing anyone in pillars or like close here. Because I feel like if you lose control of pillar, you don't really like, you know, you don't use this strat to its effect. But this is very good, I think. Oh. Difficult. I think you still want to have one guy pillar, and you want these holes. Okay, okay, nice rotational. I guess he's flexible enough to play both spots then. I think it makes a lot of sense to play it like that. But I was actually wondering if you also open this wall, right? And then, because then you can play in pillar, you get like a long angle behind the shield here. Oi. That's going to get punished. Okay, nice pre-placed C4. So it's like a game of double kill C4s. Yeah, like they did get control of pillar. But I don't feel like they were really able to clear it, right? Like that can't be described as a convincing clear here. It's difficult, right? Like, you know, there's a bunch of ADS. It's very difficult to take this. Yeah, like in theory this is lost, right? Like, can't really do anything, but they are bringing smokes. I like that a lot. Just that this is too late to really use them. Right, like you just rush side here, play your man advantage. Or like you just rush the attackers that are trying to rush side. Yeah, getting him out from behind that shield is impossible. Certainly looks difficult. I think like what you kind of want to do is like if teams are consistently playing like full turtle, you can just clear the entire map. I think you can clear the entire map and then you can like push from every direction and go for gunfights that way. Try to win it via gunfights. Because then you can kind of dodge blue, right? Like if you have full map control, you can go down big tower, you can go down main stairs, you can go down freezer. You're not reliant on forcing your way through blue. And you can still send one blue late to pressure. I still don't know this after such a long time. Is this a current Giants roster from APAC or Spain? Yeah, they have two rosters. They have one from Spain. This is the one from Spain. And they still have the one in APAC. EMP's area of effect is a sphere, right? Probably. Probably. Always kind of cautious when it comes to making those statements, because there are some weird things in Rainbow. But I do think the area, for example, mute, right? Like mute's area of effect is not a sphere; it's a cylinder that doesn't extend below at all. And Smoke's gas grenade is not a sphere; it's like a half sphere. It's like a dome. But I'd assume that EMPs are spheres. Okay, so this is meeting again, and now you can see your small tower take that you guys wanted to see. Can you go down one level below, please? I want to see the setup. No, I want to see the overview. Spectator mode when. Ooh, they don't even reinforce it. Very similar to how you would play it on the old Oregon. Is it necessary though for the new one? Because like on the old one you did it because you weren't able to play in dining. But like here, probably should be able to play in dining. But I guess as long as you have showers control, you can give up dining. Okay. Shield in the hall. You're safe here, right? Yeah, like that window is there. Like, yeah, you're kind of safe in that position. Okay. Oh, how far does? Oh, this extends kind of far into the room. I wasn't aware of how far this extends, so you probably can't play inside dining then. Because you can never hold small tower. But as long as you have showers, as long as you have the hallway connecting to showers, should be able to win it off the showers control. Okay, smokes, I like that. Overview, please. Yeah, the smoke was kind of like, he saw him through the smoke, or like on the edge of the smoke. I feel like you want to smoke a bit deeper here. Not sure if she was actually able to do it though. Okay, where do you plant if you smoke? What do you smoke? Actually, can you even? You might not even actually be able to cover the entire site with two smokes. Like you have to like put one here, and then you can't cover the rest with one smoke. Because like ideally you wanna like smoke off this entire area, right? And then you can plant wherever. But I think you need 3 smokes for that. Oh, and they just said they have Maverick holes in showers, right? And that Kate died eventually. Did they only make these holes after the planter died? Because I think that's probably a mistake, right? You want to have these holes. And does this deny the entirety of showers? Because if that's the case, then that's free, right? Like you just open this wall, force the guy out of showers. You smoke here and you smoke here and you plant somewhere behind the smokes. Or if you have showers control, you can actually go for kills here again, I think. Don't think you need to plant here then. It does, apart from close on the wall. Yeah, but that's probably not a playable spot. Yeah, like I assume there is like a very tiny safe spot inside showers, but that's not really a playable spot. By the way, you never planned an F3-1. Okay, good. I hope he wasn't intending. I hope that was intended as a fake and not just as a reaction. I think, yeah, I think in a 1v3 it makes a lot more sense to like try to hunt a 1v1 instead of like walk into the middle of the site and try to go for a 3v1. Fat finger, probably not. I think Cappy plus Monty is a big combo for this map. I certainly like smokes. As long as you have one set of smokes, I think you're set. What happens when you detonate a smoke mid-air? Which way will the game think it will land it on a wall? I don't know. No idea. Could be interesting though. Actually, that might be a way to. Like, I'm not sure if you. My video on Sunday was about smokes and how they, like the defender smokes and how they interact. Like basically talking about this bug where you can like, if you put a smoke on the floor here, the radius is going to extend like this way and it will damage people through the wall. And actually you might be able to do it. You might be able to glitch smokes through the ceiling if you detonate them in the air, like very close to the ceiling. Actually, no, that shouldn't be any difference to just putting it at the top of the wall. That shouldn't be any different from putting it like at the top of the wall. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the smokes would explode if they are exploded in midair. What is this? Small tower? Sure, why not? I feel like he still had a default cam, right? So yeah, I guess you know that no one spawned over there. I guess that's fine. Okay, so they're playing this. This is again interesting. I felt like last time he did waste a bit of time, but he was eventually killed, and he didn't look very great in that position. Or did he leave already? Did he leave? Because that's not the play. But I think that kind of supports my point. Yeah, like he left. I think that kind of supports my point. I think if attackers have master control and armory control, and like this hallway control, you really can't play in this spot. I think he kind of recognized that himself. But now they wasted a shield and 3 ADS. Okay, so now you want to rotate Maverick over, right? Like Maverick just opened. That's probably not too relevant, right? Like they're still watching their flank. I think you want to rotate Maverick over now, so you can open. What's it called? Games? I think it's called games now. I think a lot of people are going to still call it generator, to be honest. Where's Maverick? Okay, Gridlock just took flank watch duty, right? So that means Maverick is rotating over. Right. See that, like, yeah, like now Ash needed to walk in below to try to Ash charge the mute jammer on gaming wall. But if they had Maverick, they could have prevented that. Yeah, Maverick's still big tower. Not sure what he's doing over there. But they do get the wall open now. Oh, Ash didn't even get the mute jammer. That's pretty huge. Because I feel like you can't play like a pure big tower take. Because then there's like no way to deal with this guy. And from here you can't plant, right? Like, I think there are too many crossfires here. And you also can't plant, right? You play shotgun smoke close. I think this is looking pretty well, looking pretty good for the attackers. Oh, okay, nice, smoking that off. But there's still a lot of crossfires on where Maverick is right now. Oh, that's a plant spot I suggested. Okay. Ah, yeah, they were actually, I think the key thing here is that they were actually able to shoot off the mute jammer on the wall next to Castle. Right, like that Maverick is about to shoot off the mute jammer. And then Castle was kind of forced and he decided to impact triggers, right? Like if you throw an impact here below, you can impact track these charges, at least in theory. Not sure if they would have gotten those actually. But that kind of like carried around here, right? And the fact that this guy in white stairs doesn't trade. And I think you kind of want to push in here, make something happen. But yeah, he died, right? Like, and then another one died, right? Like, very much came down to gunfights, I feel like. I still call it Genie, unfortunately. Yeah, it's probably difficult to get rid of, to be honest. But you won't be alone in that. That's actually a lot of follows. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot for the follows, guys. Now I'm very happy that I turned off the follower sound, because that would have been pain. They should have kept the generator there. Go for consistency. It's actually crazy that it actually helps. Like if you like on YouTube, if you say like please like and please subscribe, people are actually going to subscribe. Like it's actually a crazy difference between versus you doing it and you not doing it. And it's the same on Twitch. Like if you just mention that you can follow, it's crazy how many people just suddenly start following. Kind of felt like I backed myself into a corner on my YouTube channel that way, because like I can't realistically ask for subs or likes on my YouTube videos, even though it would kind of help my growth a lot. But it kind of doesn't fit the style of the channel. Do you have any comp experience as a player? I do have comp experience as a PS4 player. I won some PS4 tournaments. On PC, not so much. I did play on a T3 team at some point though. Why can't you ask for subs and likes? Because that's wasting you guys' time. Don't want to waste your time, so there won't be an intro, but please subscribe. Yeah, it doesn't really work that way, does it? Okay, so what is this? Full map clear? Full turtle again? Yes, full map clear. I think that's the right play. I think if you know that people are like playing 5-side, I think you want to take the entire map. And especially if they're extending into bunk, I think you want to focus on like freezer. You want to walk down freezer, want to walk down lobby, maybe like late, like send a guy blue late game, send a guy down big tower late game. Play it like kind of similar to bank, where you stack like 3 freezer, but then you also stack a guy like you also have a guy main stairs, maybe have a guy late flank through garage. I think it's very, very similar situations here. But it's important that you actually have control of all the 3 stairs, right? Like at the moment lobby isn't covered at all. And if the defenders somehow have info on lobby, they can make use of that and kind of like just win around that way. shields are just so strong, it's actually crazy. Like imagine how attacker-sided this would be if shields didn't exist. Like the defenders would have no info on this, on anything here. And like, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I think you go freezer, but you also like converge on site from every other possible angle. But it's difficult, right? Like it's with that shield. You certainly, I think as a defender, you certainly don't want to reinforce freezer. I think that gives too much space to the attackers. But yeah, like taking freezer isn't actually that easy. It's actually more difficult than I thought. Yep. Interesting though, interesting. I feel like in general, a lot of my assumptions kind of like we're not that bad on our Oregon brainstorm sessions. So I'm kind of happy about that. But also this game isn't really like a conclusive way of how to play Oregon, right? Like I don't think like it's and it's not even because the teams are bad or anything, right? It's just because that obviously the meta is going to be very quick to change on newly released maps. Alright, that's it for the video. If you enjoy that style of content and want to see more of it, you should follow me on Twitch. But for the time being, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned something new, and thanks for watching.